In a serene moment of reflection under the starlit sky, let us turn our hearts towards the enduring teachings of Jesus, embarking on a journey filled with understanding, compassion, and love. As the stars cast a gentle glow upon the earth, we are embraced by the comforting presence of His wisdom, a soothing balm for the restless soul, and a guiding light for those seeking peace and solace. Today's message comes from the book Jesus in the Home, from Neio, Lucio, psychographed by the medium Francisco Xavier. Chapter 6, The Tools of Perfection. That night, Simon Peter joined the conversation with his spirit vexed with great discouragement. He had been offended by insensitive, ill-mannered relatives. An elderly uncle had accused him of wasting family assets, and a cousin had threatened to box his ears right there on the street. So he was wearing a burdened and austere face. After the master read a few lines from the sacred writings, the fisherman opened up. He described the conflict with his kin while Jesus listened in silence. When he had finished his lengthy, earnest report, the Lord asked him, "What did you do, Simon, in response to your inconsiderate relatives' onslaught?" "Well, of course, I reacted like I should have," the disciple answered vehemently. "I put them both in their proper place. I did not hold back in pointing out their bad qualities. My uncle is a rare example of stinginess, and my cousin is a consummate liar." In front of a large crowd, I showed that both were hypocrites, and I'm not at all sorry for it. The master thought for several moments and then began to speak compassionately. "Peter, what does a carpenter do when he's building a house?" "Well, of course, he works hard on it," Peter answered impatiently. "How?" replied the heavenly friend with a smile. "With tools." After Simon's terse response, Christ continued, "The individuals we are born and live with while on the earth are the first and most important tools that we have received from the Father for building the kingdom of God within us. They are elements for our spiritual growth, and if we fail to take advantage of them, it is nearly always impossible to be victorious by using other means, because the Father has bestowed life's problems on us according to our ability to solve them. The bird has to build a nest, but nothing else is expected of it. The sheep provides wool to the shepherd, but no one expects a ready-made quote from it. People have been granted tasks such as those entailing love and humility as they work intelligently and constantly for the common good, so that peace and happiness may not be only myths. Our closest family members are most often the hammer or saw we can use in building the living and sublime temple by which heaven will manifest in our soul. While the mason uses his tools on the outside, it is up to us to use ours on the inside. On every occasion, unlearned persons represent for us an arena of spiritual merit. The bad person is a challenge that puts our goodness to the test. The ungrateful person is a way for us to practice forgiveness. The sick person is a lesson in our ability to lend aid. Those who behave rightly in the Father's name with respect to difficult and indifferent family members are quickly preparing themselves for the glory of serving humankind, because patience perfects life and time changes everything. Jesus finished, and perhaps because Peter's eyes still had a beseeching look, he added serenely, "If we do not help the needy person who is right there beside us, how can we help afflicted persons who are far away? If we do not love the brother or sister who breathes the same air with us, how can we devote ourselves to the Father in heaven?" In light of these questions, no one dared break the expressive silence that hung in the air of that modest room in Capernaum. As we ponder the story and its teachings on kindness, patience, and humility, especially towards those we hold dear, let these principles nourish our hearts. May hope and faith calm our spirits, leading us into restful sleep and prepare us to face new challenges with a renewed sense of compassion. In this quiet night, let us remember the importance of patience with loved ones, understanding that this patience is a bridge to deeper connections. We are never alone. The guiding light of divine love illuminates our path, offering warmth and peace as we journey forward. So be it.